Hi, beloved. Welcome to your message. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for joining me. If you're keen or interested in booking me for a reading, a one on one session, or a message, I'd like to kindly inform you that I'm no longer available for any of that. I'd like to begin with your message from God. But before we start with the tarot itself, I would like to give a prophetic word with regards to the channeling. So, what does the title read? What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. So, so there is a reference I want to share with you. There is there's this movie. So okay, this is a French novelist who wrote um on a certain character, um Lady Chatterley. Lady Chatterley, right, was this woman who was a Taurus Gemini cusp. Don't mind the placements. I just want you to take into account, don't mind the signs, okay? Take into account this reference before we proceed further. She was a beautiful, beautiful woman, right? This French novelist turned this character into like film, like broke down the book, the novel, into many British films, you know. So it's like the 60s, 50s, pretty long ago, you know. And this woman was like remarkable in her way of, for my masculines, right? In her way of looking. For my masculines, detach from the energy of me saying this woman. Just take the energy of the woman herself, who she was, right? In her world. Very beautiful, attractive, in not just in the physical, it was more like intellectually based. So this woman, she used to sleep with a lot of men. She loved it though. She loved their energies and, just embraced it. All of them. Loved every single one of them individually for whatever reason. Okay? Okay, God, please talk to us. Okay, thank you. We have the moon and the Knight of Swords. We have Gemini and Cancer energy. We have Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn energy here as well. I feel like you've become Lady Chatterley, but not in who you sleep with. I want to make you understand, Lady Chatterley, the dilemma of her. Like, this is a woman who did this because her behaviors were linked to her self-fulfilling prophecies, just like living life like that. And that's it. And then it's like she did it with love, though. Like, she loved these men, individually. She enjoyed it, and that's what it was. Me saying you've become Lady Chatterley, I feel like it's intellectually based. I feel like you've become a mind fuck here. Because as much as Lady Chatterley was, you'd say, a whore, she was a smart ass woman, man. Like, I feel like you don't understand. It's like Albert Einstein being like a male prostitute. It's still Albert Einstein, right? Just saying. So becoming Lady Chatterley, I feel like with you, it's not the physicality. It's like the intellectual foundation of it. More like a lot of people, right? A lot of men, a lot of women are looking at you to be some sort of a mind fuck. And I feel like you are having a lot of sex with people's minds. You are fucking people up mentally. Okay? The verbiage is what it is, y'all. Take it. Like, I'm getting the energy of, it's like making married men want to cheat. I don't know who you've become, how much of a mindfuck you've become, but I feel like you are tempering with a lot of people's mental state at this time. And this is very spiritually based because, anything in thought is unseen, and anything unseen is spiritual. It's not physical matter. So, speaking of physical matter, I feel like, Lady Chatterley being a Gemini Taurus cusp, Taurus rules physical matter. Taurus, it rules physical matter. So anything you can touch. Taurus is the five senses, right? I feel that Lady Chatterley did this out of the thrill, but like, I feel that she it's like the type of woman that will sleep with you and fuck you so good as a man, make you forget anything and everything and anyone. It's just like, and then they leave, and then that woman just leaves. They don't return. Next to the on to the next man. But it's in a way that I don't care if you see me as a whore. I'm just doing it because I love it. It's like I feel that the energy is like, let's look at it into intellectually based. Lady Chatterley could have chosen to not do that, right? With her intellect and all. But she chose it for the thrill. I feel like the difference between you and Lady Chatterley is that you don't this is not sexually based, like with regards to this message. It's more like the mind. It's like, imagine that a woman that makes you even feel like a little boy. It's like a type of energy, or like a man that makes you feel like a little girl. If Lady Chatterley was a man, they sleep with you and then like so good, and then they leave. Like, they're not here to stay. They're not your wife. They're not nothing. It's like, yo, I'm gone, right? And I feel like you've been this has been a constant theme in your life with regards to like the masculines you've dealt with, the feminines you've dealt with. You've always fed them intellectually, stimulated their senses of intellect in all forms. Like you weren't short of that, right? Until the breakup. I feel like whomever you've lived in the past, in terms of breakup, they haven't forgotten about the sexual experience, right? I feel like it's that, like, you made them feel so small. Like, it's like the mind fuck is that you genuinely just are a good person and you want to heal, move on, and all of that, despite how they've experienced you. All that they left with is the experience of you, these people from your past that you've dealt with and experienced sexually. All that they are left with is that experience of who you were to them back then. And I feel like it's nothing like who you have become, which is the mindfuck itself. I feel like you've begun to confuse others without even trying. I feel like you're causing a lot of people to think about you. A lot of people are heavily thinking about you at this time for all for different reasons, okay? But I feel like in this message in particular, it's in relation to the sexual experiences you've shared with others. Do you understand that as your rank increases, so do your pleasurable experiences? Like, sex doesn't feel the same, it doesn't hit the same. It's really deeper, or it's more spiritual as you become more spiritually inclined. So, all the people that you've slept with in the past, all the people that have experienced you sexually, they have that sexual experience left in mind. And that is the mind fuck, because looking at you now and back then, it's like two different people. And now it's like, yes, they experienced you sexually then, but I feel like they still want to experience you now because of who you've become. It's like back to the example of Lady Chatterley just doing as she pleased, right? It's like, imagine if Lady Chatterley was just, as she was moving how she was moving with all her goddess energy, all this, mind you, she was like a goddess. The reason why even these men would just feel this way and she could just move around like this and not, it's like who she was. Like, she was too, it's like really goddess energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like, some outer worldly, energy here. Imagine if she in her mind slept with the man, left, and what's left of the man is Lady Chatterley, Lady Chatterley, Lady Chat, her name ringing in his ears, in his mind, in thoughts, just sitting with it. It's like, it's not because of her sexual experience, his sexual experience with Lady Chatterley. It would be because rather who she is, right? Or he, for my masculines, please take it how it resonates, okay? I'm not being gender specific. I'm just giving references so that we all understand what's going on here. You understand the narrative. So, with that being said, it's like take it as a man if you were a man, and you were Lady Chatterley, sleeping with the woman and then you leave, and then you, in your mind, even for my feminine, sleeping with the man you leave, it might have been harmless then, right? In your mind, like you didn't think much of it. But I feel like the people you've encountered sexually, in specific, they're those who want you back, but not for the sexual desire, but for back to the mind fuck. It's like, how do you do, like, it's like the energy of how do you sex me so good and then want to turn your back like that, or like move on, or want to release me, like, it's like I feel like there are people addicted to your sexual energy here, but like also addicted to what how you make them feel. Queen of Cups. We have the devil here showing itself with the Three of Pentacles, all Capricorn energy, and the Four of Swords, which is Libra. It's like it's showing, I'm reading between the lines as I do this, but it's basically showing me that it's like be careful who you sleep with energy, because you don't know who's, it's like not, I feel that this is not deep right now to you. I feel like this is someone else's energy, like someone you've, it's more than one person, depending on your sexual relations. Those whom have experienced you, there is a specificity on the, feel like they've become addicts. It's like I see like masturbation to your pictures or to the thought of you. Like, do you understand? The mind. I feel like you're mind fucking people. And I feel like this is unintentional. We have Virgo energy with the Eight of Pentacles. We have Five of Swords. Exactly. Gemini energy. No, Libra with the Five of Swords. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. Like I said, Virgo energy. So I feel that these people who now in your past, but they've encountered you sexually, they're distracting themselves, sexually based by all these other people, with all these other people that I feel like they're trying to have the same spiritual experience. Like your exes are trying to have the same spiritual experience with people as they had with you. It's like trying to reincarnate your energy through others, but through sex, and then it not being possible. And then going back and like pulling up pictures of you and then masturbating to them, because that's more satisfying than actually sleeping with someone else that isn't you. Do you understand what's going on here? It's like as you work on your spiritual rank, all those that have entered your temple feel it, feel your rank increase. Like they feel it's spiritual. Sex is spiritual. Those fluids are very powerful fluids, and that engagement, there are chemicals, yes, but there's a spiritual inclination to the fluids. There's spiritual inclination linked to the fluids, okay, and what it's symbolic to. in womanhood, in manhood. So it's like if a man has orally intaked your fluids, let's say an example would be, you know, orally intaking fluids, and then that man being addicted to giving you oral pleasure. I feel that with you, beloved, it wouldn't be the oral pleasure itself, it would be the act of it to you. It would be like, it's like, imagine, goodness, beloved, it's like the people you slept with, they don't it's not sexually, it's not just physical attraction, it's the intellectually based attraction they have towards you because of who you've become, who you've always been, though. It's just not to this degree, to this extent, to this caliber, to this vibration. You've upped your game, you've worked upon life, you've worked on you, and this is the result. Spiritually based things like that, things like this happen. As a person who works on themselves, you'd be surprised what that does to those you leave behind who once had you to themselves. It creates a sort of craving, yearning, thirst, hunger, lust for the very same energy because they experienced it before. I feel that your exes here, the energies of the past, that your ex lovers, they feel like they'd be more to gain right now if they were to experience you sexually because of who you've become. It's like so much, I feel like it's so much thirst. If it was like, let's say for my feminines, right? A masculine giving you oral sex, oral pleasure, my bad. And then they become addicted to doing that to you. It's not even just about like, it's like they just want to do it to you. It's you they want to do it to. It's not about giving the oral pleasure itself to anyone that's addictive. It's who they're giving it to and how it's making them feel. Do you understand who you are? Hey, do you understand who you've become now? Spiritual rank wise? Don't play, man. Listen, we have the Six of Swords, Libra energy again. We have the Ace of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. And then we have the Death card, Scorpio. Like, beloved, I feel like your influence is something you don't understand, you know. You've yet to understand or figure out, actually, because I feel like you're dealing with energies here that are addicted to you. Okay, for my masculines, imagine like a feminine energy also giving you oral pleasure. It's not that they love giving oral pleasure to other masculines, it's that it's you that they're giving it to. It's you. Do you understand? You are the prize here. You are the one. Tap out of that vibration of thinking less than. It's like this what it is. You tapped in watching this for a reason. You are aligning with that vibration. Don't be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of this. This is more like understanding the power of the yoni, the power of, I don't know what name I can give to the gents, but whatever. That power, understanding where understanding its spiritual influence. Those fluids are chemicals, but they're spiritually inclined. So intaking them, it's like it creates, I feel like it's creating like psychological impact, you know. I feel like there are people here, that wish that at least they could have never experienced you then, so that they don't know how it tastes, so that they don't crave it. It's like eating an apple, né? And then not eating it for a long time, and then you crave it out of nowhere. And it's like, because you know how it tastes, the craving drives you insane. It's different when you don't know how it tastes. It's like you just, oh, I want, but like when you know, and then think about maybe you a different breed of apple, or a different apple in a found in a different region that tastes differently than all these other apples you've tasted. It's still an apple, but it's just different. Still you, but it's just different. So this is what your influence is doing to all those who have sexually been in contact with you, okay? Craving you more. I'm ending it here for you, okay, beloved? I'm being called to end it here. This was a message for you that you needed to know at this time in your life. I thank you for your time. You know, really hope you got what you needed from this, okay? I release you in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Bye, beloved.